Michigan State seems to me to be like the safest pick. Like they are what they are. You're going to get what they are.
Let's talk NCAA. You want to do NCAA for a second? All right. We got the tournament coming up, and what interests us the most is like what happens to BC. And I know that BC is still awesome and they could make a big run here, but if they beat Bentley and prove and you memorize all the names correctly and everything's great and you call it an amazing game, they got Providence or Denver next. So are they walking into a buzzsaw, and should we be concerned given their shortcomings in the Beanpot and in, of course, the Hockey East tournament?
Yeah, a little bit. Certainly, you can be concerned. A lot of those guys have one foot out the door. They're about to cash a bonus check, for about $800,000 to put into their ATM on their ATM cards. That's pretty cool. I know when I was 19, I couldn't have been able to handle that. So, and think about it in a proper context. So that's going to be difficult. Yeah, but yeah, if they take care of Bentley, anything's possible. But they should. Then it looks a rematch of the national title game would be great for me and Colby Cohen up in Manchester, New Hampshire. And
yeah, I mean, are you looking at BC as the favorite here, or has it kind of shifted a little bit?
I think they're still the favorite. Although I kind of mentioned on the selection show that, like, if you you have to bet a paycheck. You either get your paycheck or you don't get your paycheck. So you're not going to actually bet. You're not profiting NCAA. But you either lose your paycheck or you keep it. Michigan State seems to me to be like the safest pick. Like they are what they are. You're going to get what they are, and you don't have to worry about these swings at BC who can suddenly lose at home to Northeastern, but then can go and beat somebody 7-1. So BC seems a little more mercurial to me. Where Michigan State is more like 3 yards, cloud of dust. We know what we're getting. Alabama football, we're going to be in it. Where BC sometimes feel a little more like a gadget football team. Where, Jesus, is Leonard going to get 3 breakaways in this game, and he's not going to hit the crossbar, and things like that. So it's. I hope they bring it all together. I think it's good for the sport. I want stars at the Frozen Four, and Ryan Leonard is the star of college hockey. He should get the Hobie Baker. Hobie likes goals, and he has the most goals. And he came back, which I know college hockey likes that. He's going to play playoff games for the Capitals. So I'd like to see him get there. But the rematch, but Zeke Bouillon is in the same category. He's going to play playoff games for the Wild, the defenseman for Denver, who's the first-round pick that slipped in the draft that we were doing in Vegas, and I couldn't believe as he was slipping. Like, what are these GMs thinking? Like the Flyers, you had him. It's like when the Red Wings passed on Quinn Hughes. There's going to be GMs look at this and say, why did we pass on that guy? So,
is there like a sleeper team in the mix that you're saying don't rule them out? They could be like a Cinderella here.
But Maine's good. They deserve to be a 1 seed, so they wouldn't really be necessarily. But they are when you look at the roster. Hey, there's no first-round picks here. There's no future NHL players. Isaac Howard on Michigan State, Trey Augustine on Michigan State, obviously Leonard, Perreault, and all the defensemen on BC, and Fowler, second-round pick of the Canadians. So, Maine doesn't quite have that. Western Michigan, again, same thing. They're kind of like that older team. They've never won one. Shout out Keith Jones, president of the Flyers. He went to Western Michigan. He's been watching these games intently. But other than that, I think I looked at yesterday. I thought like maybe 9 teams could win. Actually, Pete, to answer your question, I'd say Ohio State. There's something about Ohio State that I like in terms of their speed and their goalie. And some older guys as well. So the Buckeyes, who obviously have had a good run, the women lost a heartbreaking game yesterday. Oh my God! And then so we'll see if maybe the Buckeyes, the men, can get their first hockey national championship. They haven't won one yet. The women have. Obviously, last year they won, but the men haven't won one. So we'll kind of throw Ohio State in that sleeper category.
Do you think this is David Carle's last run with Denver?
I don't know, but I don't. Because if I'm him, I am going to snuggle up to an owner like a football coach does and say, I'm not having some GM hire me so he can fire me in 11 months, 6 months, 18 months because his contract's coming up and he gets one coach's fire per contract. And I would try to find an owner and say, hey, this is a 8-year, 10-year relationship here. Kind of like the NFL, right? The NFL GMs don't fire NFL head coaches. Owners fire NFL head coaches. They don't give them that much power. They shouldn't. So I think it's going to be tough for him to find the organization that really commits to him long term, that the owners are part of the procedure, whether it's Chicago or Buffalo, like, hey, here it is. We're starting from scratch, and we're going to do this the right way. You're our guy, and build it like you kind of took Denver from Jim Montgomery and kind of reshaped it in your own image. Now create this incredible resume for yourself, back-to-back World Junior Gold, a couple national championships. So if he can find that, which is rare in hockey, as you know, the managers, as they like to call themselves, they don't even use the word general manager. The managers of NHL teams have all this power.
What Pete meant was, how will Evan Bouchard fit in David Carle's system in Boston?
In Boston.
Yes.
In Boston.
Everybody brewing. Good, bad, whatever. Be the next Washington Capitals. Butchie, you're the best. Thanks so much for joining us, man. We love you.
Thank you, boys. I watch every episode.
We all silly like the mayor.